Scorpio, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign. But this is an energy reading, so if you're not a Scorpio, take it where it resonates. I mean, if it popped up on your feed, it is absolutely for you. It found you at just the right time. And this is where your message begins. Uh-oh. My deck was in reverse, but I don't think that's an accident. Let's go into this. This is manipulation that is starting to become apparent. This is somebody that you thought was extremely bountiful or abundant or fertile, and what's being done is it's like the veil is being taken off and you're starting to see the truth underneath, that something isn't as abundant or prosperous or even capable as you thought it was. Now, for a lot of you, this would be a maternal figure. Lots of times the Empress in reverse is what is called a devouring mother. So a devouring mother is a parent, maternal usually, that feeds off of her children instead of feeds her children. So she'll drain their energy. I think in modern psychology, this would be called a narcissistic parent. This is somebody who, instead of giving, takes, right? They're almost like a black hole of energy. This could also, that somebody that appears outwardly to be so abundant is not. And the Seven of Cups in reverse is when the veil comes down. It's when the confusion comes out. It's when you're starting to really sort of wake up from this dream, and waking up from this dream of either abundance and prosperity. I don't think it's of your own. I think you're starting to see this about somebody in your life. And I can only imagine that it is a rude awakening, but also refreshing. Why would that be refreshing? Because it's true. Because a lot of times this energy starts off as, something is off, something is wrong, but it's not. It's like now it's clear. Now whatever is wrong is being revealed, and that's a relief because of the dissonance that's created when you're not sure, you're not certain. So let's see what is actually going on, shall we? Scorpio, welcome, or whoever's watching. Remember, to subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. Select all notifications if you want to be able to participate when I go live. They'll notify you then, so be sure to get those notifications. This is the only place on the internet that I go live and do free public tarot card readings. So if you want to participate in that, please do. But also, if you're looking for personal readings, I provide those. And there's quite a few offerings over on my website. So that's the only place you can book with me, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. You can book and schedule right there. So, guys, what is this all about? Why does this come to you now? Why does this come to you now? The devil. Something very malefic, something addictive, something repressive, something hurtful, something stuck. Maybe you're starting to understand or see. I feel like somebody has almost made a tradition out of this toxicity. Somebody has made it almost their lifeblood to their life. What the cards are saying is this has been so normal for you that you didn't really see it. You didn't know. It became your normal. And so it was restricting you. And so it's coming out now. It's you're sort of recognizing it now because you're recognizing the reality of it. And in recognizing it, you will be unstuck, because this lady comes out too, and she is clarity and almost logistics. She's the one that sort of figures everything out so that you guys can figure your way forward. So there are solutions coming forward. And that's why this is happening now, so that there's clarity and there's breakthrough. There's breakthrough as in which way to go, which way to move your life forward. And also realizing that now I can, because once I see it, once I'm aware of it, I can now move away from it. And so that's kind of what you're doing. You're getting away from it. You may be putting your foot down and disconnecting from somebody completely, or just recognizing that you have a right to. You don't have to hang out and, be stuck. You're not stuck anymore. Just because it's always been that way doesn't mean it always has to be that way. There is a way forward from this now. This is also good news, because along that vein, even if it's not so personal for you, it's saying that whatever restrictions or blocks you've been experiencing, especially with your finances or your 3D resources, it's coming off. It's getting unblocked. You're finding a way to move forward. You're finding a way more towards stability and something that you can maintain, or just financial balance, and then prosperity moving forward, that clarity of how to get out of this. It's almost like whatever struggles that you've had, you now have learned the lessons of how to do better and be better moving forward. And so what comes from that? What comes from moving forward? Well, we have the moon card here, so there are still mysteries. Oh, stop. No. When the sun and moon come out together, it means that there is cosmic balance. There is a balance between your sense of who you really are and, what your life purpose is. So what it's saying is, moving forward, either that, or we have specifically the date of when the moon conjuncts the sun, which is the next new moon. Okay, what's going to happen? There's going to be a significant shift in your life. You're finally able to, in other words, whatever has happened or is happening this week, it's going to make you whole again. It's going to make you feel complete, like you know who you are. Right? And you're happy with that. And there is a level of success here to understanding what was hidden in the dark, or becoming consciously aware of what was subconscious for you. And that clarity of what was hidden, right? Where the dark becomes, where the dark is brought to light, where there is light shining in the dark. Now there is way forward. So there is truth, there is justice. There's some sort of messaging, some sort of communication, but it's like I said, it's technical. It's almost like intel. It's almost like intel that's coming to you, but it's clear and it's honest and it's certain, and that's going to change things for you. It's going to help you close out a cycle, because whatever has been draining you or making you feel held back or robbed or hurt and abused in the most extreme sense, the level of clarity that this gives you almost blesses you with a brand new life. It makes you feel, maybe for the first time in your whole life, that you can do something or be something that you've designed, that you're free to be who you want to be, that you actually like yourself, maybe for the first time ever. And you're closing out that chapter of restriction and deceit and manipulation or just deprivation. And now it's like, I don't have to be there anymore. There's a really empowering sentiment here. And then the World card is here. And it says, yeah, you're about to start. You're holding time. There's completion here. There's completion. Okay, but what are we headed toward? What are we headed toward? Oh, interesting. Okay. So you're headed toward finishing up something that you were not able to finish up before, because farthest out we get unfinished symphony. So there's something that was incomplete, something that was not completed. Okay. And then we have a never ending story. You thought this would go on. You were almost happy. You or somebody that you were dealing with was almost happy with this, or felt like it would go on forever. And you got to such a degree, that became your new norm. That place of stuckness, that sense of this is never going to stop, became your normal. And you actually got happy with it never stopping. But what's coming to an end now is this cycle that you thought would never end. This cycle that you almost did really accept as your new normal, or your normal. But I think now you've woken up to the fact that it isn't normal, or it was always going to have an ending, and now the ending is here. But it's a triumphant ending. It's not, I don't want you to think it's like a bad thing. This is going to make you very happy that you're finally not mired in this obligatory energy anymore. It's like you've moved on from it, or you can move on from it, to the point where I just heard this. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist at 11:11. I just saw it. It doesn't exist. It's like with this awakening, or with this awareness, something has ceased to exist. Like it never was, because it never really should have been. It was only bought there by greed. Okay, so let's dig deeper, God, because I want to understand a little bit. What do you mean? What do you mean? The straw that broke the camel's back. Okay, dark comes into light. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us. Well, there's an offer of love, or there's a sentiment of love that comes in, and action that's being taken on it. So it's almost like now somebody finally has the courage to be able to move forward with this declaration of love and passion, and that the hardships are over, or that the burdens, like you're kind of tired of picking up those burdens. You don't have to worry about those burdens. I just heard this for some of you. This is actually a really happy week. This is like you're getting married, right? Or like you've waited a long time, and finally somebody pops the question, or you've waited and finally the wedding is here. You thought it would never stop. Maybe you were engaged for 10 years and now it's like your wedding day. So this is a really beautiful energy of something this hardship that went on way too long, but it was logistical. So you were conscious about some of it. But it did drain you to the point where you just got used to it being your norm. But now it's coming to completion. So, okay, let me ask this to the cards then. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? This deck isn't going to give me that answer. Let me see. I finally got my other decks back, so I'm really excited to use them. Where do we go from? Yeah, there we go. Fulfillment of wishes. And it even landed to say this is where you're headed. You're headed to fulfillment of your wishes. Oh my God, this end of a stressful cycle. And then fertility. Remember that, and then love begins. I love you so much. It's so interesting how, like, no, some decks, the decks just won't talk, right? They won't talk. They won't talk. And then I open up one deck and all of a sudden all those cards pop out. And it's just, that's how it is. This other deck needed to talk. So let's go over what came out. We had fulfillment of wishes, okay, Scorpio, and then we have fertility. So whatever was not growing, whatever was not expanding, or whatever was not allowed to because it didn't get the nutrients it needed, it is now filled with nutrients. You can see all the green, and I can say this, green isn't just nature or earth energy. You have Taurus and Capricorn sitting here front and center, but it's almost like it's also the heart chakra. Right? That's what it is. And so it's like there's happiness here, there's abundance here, there's prosperity here from a circumstance that was in some ways intentionally repressed. Intentionally, like somebody was being greedy, somebody was hogging it. Somebody was not allowing it to move forward, or there was just a bunch of unfortunate circumstances that would not allow this. It's like all of a sudden the floodgates break open and everything just changes. And because the universe needs you to know this setback was not divinely guided. Major arcana is here, which suggests that, but it was wickedness. There was some sort of maliciousness here, or evil in some cases. There was some sort of major like restriction or blockages. It could even been personal, right? It could have been some of your own shit that you had to overcome. But it's like there's such a difference now, and that's what I'm talking to Scorpios. The difference is night and day. The difference is death and rebirth. I mean, it's totally different. You had to go through whatever you had to go through to get here, but love begins. So there is some kickoff here of this beautiful harmony leading to this beautiful love. And here it is for you. There it is, right there. Okay, so let's ask the cards this question. How does love come in? Once again, this is showing at the new moon. A communication comes in, or something starts. Openness of communication, paperwork gets signed. Let's get deeper into how this comes into your life just by clicking that extended reading video. I will see you guys there. Link is in the description box, and I've also pinned it to the top of the comment section.